Here. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so we just hit record. This is one of our first trainings on, I'm going to combine sales and social media, kind of intertwine and interweave them together. If you're watching the recording, all you need for this is just a notebook, maybe a phone to take screenshots. I'm sure there's some things that you will want to share and or be reminded of when you sit down to invite or post on social media that will help kind of circle you back to where you are. There's the babies. Hi, Rye. Erin's a grandma, so someone must be sleeping right now.
It was my morning off,
Oh,
so I had him tonight.
got it. Okay. Well, good. This worked out perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, so let's jump into I love the fact that we have Kirsten and Lisa. We all bring different things to the table, and I'm kind of the one who is going to like circle you back around and or help share with you tricks, tips in sales, just because I've been in it for so long and I have paid for and done so many different sales training courses, because no matter how you slice it, you are in the business, yes, of sharing and yes, of building your network, but having a little bit of wherewithal about why people buy, more about women and the women's psyche and different things that you could help use so that you can help more people. That's why I'm here. And I'm also a little rough around the edges. So sometimes, if I am auditing, your social media, I'm going to stir you back and say, no, like, don't see the squirrel. Like, let's stay focused and do what we're here to do. I think for a very long time, correct me if I'm wrong, we all thought this: people buy from people they like, right? People buy from people they like. I am going to wildly tell you that this is 1000% false. There are plenty of people who don't like me, yet they still buy from me. That is the truest statement that I could give you. Okay? People do not buy from people they like. They buy from people who give them value and are credible. Value and credibility will get you the sale over being liked every single day of the week, every hour of the day. All right. So don't worry about being liked. Worry about adding value and being credible. Okay. So, how do we build credibility when we're just starting out? How do we provide value when we're just starting out? So I'll help you with these things. But the end of the story is we need to build and create trust, right? And I'm going to share how to provide all of those things: build trust, create and share value, and show up as a credible resource. All right. So just to recap, just to dive in, like right out the gates, do people buy from people they like? Nah. Is the number one reason that people buy because they like you? Nah, definitely not. People buy from people they trust. People buy from people that are credible. People buy from people that add value to their lives. 3 things. If you succeed in anything that I can teach you, it is that. So I could just keep telling you over and over and over again. There are so many people that don't really like me. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But they, without a doubt, trust that what I tell them will help them. They do trust me. I do come with credibility. And my job, my number one job when I get out of bed, is to serve and add value into people's lives. So they respect that, right? And when you add an extra side of bold to the mix, when you give pushback, when you understand people's why and you re-explain their why to them, you're not going to be liked, but by gosh, you absolutely are going to be valued. I promise you that. So I'm going to share my screen. Comes Candy. I'm going to share my screen with you. How are we going to do this? How are we going to make sure that we are providing value, one, creating credibility, two. Hi, Candy. Hi, Casey. And being bold. Let's go share screen. Hang on, let's get the right screen. So in big bold letters, I want you to write those words down. People do not buy from people they like. They buy from people that add value, people they trust, people that are credible. All right, here we go. Give me a thumbs up when you can see my screen. Sweet. All right, here we go. We're just gonna jump in. So we get caught up in our amazing products because yes, we have amazing products. The second most important thing I can tell you is no one gives a flying shit about your products. They don't care about the packaging. They don't care about what it looks like. They don't care about you taking beautiful pictures of what you have to offer. They really don't care. They care about one thing: value, credibility, trust, and how you can solve their problems. How you can solve their problems. So facts tell. We already learned that and established that on day one. Facts tell. They tell a lot. And we got a lot of facts to tell. The coolest thing about the internet is your people can do all of their own investigatory work on your company and on your products and all the facts. Only you can share a testimony or a transformation. Your unique story, right? You all have them, or you're coming up with your unique story or stories right now, or you already have a multitude of them. You're going to keep continuing to add more stories to your book, almost as if they're each a chapter, right? Like I would say I have like 26 chapters in my Shaklee journey, all ranging from what the business has done, what this beautiful team has created, what products have transformed my day to day, my family. I mean, the stories are endless. So how do we get our stories heard? First, we load up our arsenal of being reminded of how to get our stories heard. Okay, so these are a few of my favorite books. Of course, I don't have time to actually read the books. I have to do it on Audible because you can't drive and read a book at the same time. So I have to listen while I'm driving. Freakishly Effective Social Media, or Freakishly Effective Network Marketing for Social Media. Those are great. There's a first and second edition. I highly recommend the second edition because it's more geared towards the world today. There's a book called Influencer, and then Hook Point is a great one. Great places to start. Just listen while you're, washing your face, in the car, making dinner. All right. So something so simple, yet somehow we struggle with like content. Like what do we post? What do we do? So let's just break it down. Very simple. And all of these things that we're doing, they are going to help you add value. They're going to help you become more credible. Okay. They're going to help you solve people's problems. All right. So hi, I'm Serena, and my previous background is I was a tech recruiter, and it brought me doom and gloom every Sunday night. I got into network marketing to supplement my husband's military income once I became a stay-at-home mom. Now I am a top leader and can travel whenever I want to, no more doom and gloom. Great, wonderful, cool. That's my story. Write those words down. My background is in I got into network marketing too. And I'm looking to. You don't even have to fill these out yet. This is just a story prompt for you. Okay, I'm going to continue on with some stories. Here's a story. I was an exhausted stay-at-home mom with severe anxiety and depression. These are all my stories, by the way, they're all very true. Then I decided enough was enough and I needed a change. After tweaking a few things and changing my routine, I am the calmest and happiest I've ever been. And then I post a photo of some random looking vitamins. Stick with me here. Hi, 2 years ago, I was uninspired and earning a decent paycheck, but something felt off. I took a huge leap of faith for my health and my family and decided to join a new company. 2 years later, I am yada, yada, yada. Picture of me working. I feel dull, tired, and sick of the status quo. I knew I needed a change. And just 3 weeks in, I am sleeping better. I lost 7 pounds, and my husband keeps saying how much happier I am. I cannot wait to keep going and see where this new journey takes me. That would be a similar story I would have maybe posted a couple years ago. Now, all of those stories have what in common? They have a struggle and a solution. But what they don't have is what you need to grow a thriving business, because they do not have an audience. Okay. Those stories were not good enough to have somebody stop and read. For sure, the photo definitely was, because I was just simply using junk mail photos and or pictures of my vitamins. Okay. So we need to make sure our stories are being heard so we can add value and become credible. Right? You will not find those stories on my landing page or in a reel. You have a multitude of stories. Okay. So maybe screenshot and circle some that might be similar to mine, or write down your own story themes. Your themes will be geared towards the people and the women that you want to help. I had ailment struggle. I struggled with anxiety, ADHD, insomnia, IBS. Put an acronym together, I got it. Relationship struggle, money struggle, military life, mom life, fitness life, right? You can write down the things that you are willing to open up about, right? These are all things that I am okay and confident enough with sharing with the world, because of course I'm gonna get some haters. I've got a multitude of them. But as you dive in deeper, you will dull the noise of any haters, and because you will be so overcome with joy for the amount of people that you're helping by being open and honest about where you're the most vulnerable and where you are the most work in progress. So write down some story themes. These are some very easy tips to help get someone to read your story. Write on social media as if you were talking to your best friend, right? Don't make it awkward. Don't feel like you have to speak as if you're writing if you're speaking as if you're writing an essay, we're doing it all wrong, right? You are going to want to read out loud every post you do on social, including live stories. Michael giggles at me because I am constantly out loud speaking the words that I'm going to be sharing with the worldwide internet. This helps build confidence, and it also helps you delete and then start again, because you're like, that doesn't sound like me. That sounds so lame. I need to be more bold and more confident and speak as if I was just talking to my best friend. Always less words. I would say 3 sentences max in a live story. I'm a great person to test these on because of my ADHD. I will swipe through anything if it doesn't catch my attention within like the attention span of a gnat, 3 seconds. And if it doesn't hold it, you lost me. Right? So, what is your why? You are already figuring this out. Jax is holding her why in her hand right now. Right? Personal events. Things that are happening in your life are great, great, great opportunities to take photos and utilize in live stories versus an actual picture of a product. Always space things out if you're doing a landing page post. A block of text will definitely go unread, so space them out. And don't abuse them, but use emojis. Emojis are okay because they break up the space with color. Don't abuse, but use emojis for sure. We live in a 3-second world. Keep thinking that when you're on social media. If you cannot capture someone's attention immediately, then you can't get them to pay attention to your story. So when I'm on social media and I'm thinking about some content to create, I think about these 3 things. I think about 1, does this add value? Am I sharing a tip to a mom, a tired mom that somehow she's going to go, man, that really helped? Okay, so does it add value? 2, does it tug at heartstrings? Is this something that I'm being open and vulnerable where someone, maybe one person, is going to relate? Does it tug at heartstrings? And my last question is it funny? Now, notice those are all 3 separate elements. You're not going to answer yes to all 3, but as long as you answered yes to one of them, you are on the right track. If you're making someone laugh, you are adding value to their life. If you're adding actual value in the form of a recipe, a tip about motherhood, a life hack, you are not just adding value, you're also adding credibility by teaching something to someone. And tugging at heartstrings, you are becoming human and relatable. So people understand they are not going at this alone, and you are a trusted, guided resource that they can open up to you about how you can help them. So let's try this again. Let's try the story again. Same stories, just different verbiage, just a little different tweak. You've got to have a great hook point. Your first line, even in a live story, your first line in a reel, you've got to what? Reel them in. That pit. So sick to my stomach to think about pulling into the parking lot. Maybe I just call in sick again. A thankless job that sucked the life out of me. I thank God every day I found this new path, all because I wanted to make a few bucks. The pit is gone and replaced with so much joy and heart-filled work. Never could I have imagined I could turn it all around. That was my story of, I used to do this. Now I do this. Here's where I'm at now. The concept is basic, but your emotion, your feeling, your use of words is what brings it to life and has people stop. I fell to the floor and fainted. I would really hope that would stop somebody in their tracks because it sure as hell is true. And I tell a story of what happened when I was on a very, very, very deadly drug that takes a lot to open up. But guess what? Do you know that that post right there had me help a handful of women in that same day? I fell to the floor and fainted. True story. That was a rough day. So a little about live stories, right? This is just your day-to-day stuff, right? But again, resist the urge to post your live stuff in the form of products, right? You want to share your live story. I still without a doubt share my coffee and my collagen as I'm doing it. But you darn well better believe that 9 times out of 10, I will never be talking about that cup of coffee. Okay, so I'm going through the motions of my day-to-day life because people are voyeurs and they love to watch. Me included, you included. You love to watch what people are doing. But teach them something along the way, right? That has nothing to do with what you're taking photos of. You know, photos of babies that are teaching nothing to do with babies, but you got someone to stop because that beautiful baby's blue eyes are staring at them. Okay, let's move on. Live stories, an amazing way of sharing your product through testimony. All right, so these are a great way to share where you were and where you are now without using photos of products. So for me right now, I'm on a couple different rants. I'm really loving our Good Gut and Go. I know we all are, like, it just works. It really does work. We want to share all of the facts about it because we think that people are interested in that. No, they really just care how often you're pooping. You know, that they care about how it will help them. They don't even care about how it tastes, you know? They don't care about how pretty the color is or how cute the packaging is. It's literally you could be doing anything, not even anything to do with Good Gut and Go, but your life has changed because the more you go, the happier you are. Right? I started here. I was maybe going, 3 times a week. And now I'm here. This feels amazing. Have you ever tried a prebiotic with a probiotic packed with fiber? Never said Good Gut and Go. Have you ever tried something like this to start your day? That's an easy CTA or call to action. Let's just jump into everything but the kitchen sink to get you started on social media right after we get this call. Here are some hooks. Use these hooks to start out live stories, reels. Watch till the end. I need your help. Point of view. Hear me out. Not going to lie. Quick reminder. Okay, I've got a secret. And when you're getting excited about reels, remember, less is always more. Less words on a screen. Here's some more hooks. Maybe you want to go back and screenshot that. This might shock you. 3 proven tips. 5 ways to improve. Wait, have you heard this? Top 3 you need in your life. All of these things do not have to necessarily be about the products that you're offering, right? Because if you're just a one-trick pony and somebody who comes to your page is only ever going to see you talking about XYZ, it might just be overload. So you want to make sure that you're creating this really cool brand, right? You're creating this relatable, credible brand. So you need to decide, write down 5 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with space for you to discover what you're about. What are you about? And they'll change. I used to be the fit boozy mom, and now I booze a whole lot less. So it's really hard for me to be the fit boozy mom. Now I'm what am I, the fit mocktail mom? So I could talk about this stuff all day, but when it comes down to it, you all are just starting out. So your main focus is to share from the rooftops what you're up to. And that doesn't mean, hi, oh my gosh, I am a Shaklee ambassador and I'm so excited to help you with your wellness journey. Right? That's what 99.9% of everybody else is doing. And we are not ever going to do that. We are simply going to share a little bit about our story with a great hook point. Right? And then we're going to end with a really sweet and bold call to action. Your story is unique to you in the middle, but with the right hook and the right call to action and the right photo, right? We all want to just like take a picture of a Shaklee box and then think that we're going to put these amazing words inside it and everyone's going to want to stop and read. It's kind of like, it is like the compound effect, right? Like the right picture, the right hook point, the right call to action. Your story is easy. You already know it. You know what your story is. You just get to retell it in creative ways each day. So a lot of us are in the beginning of building, again, credibility. How do you build credibility? You walk the walk yourself every day. That's how you build credibility. You want to be a trusted, guided resource in this industry. You've got to show up day in and day out doing the damn thing. All right. So you're taking your vitamins, you're exercising, you're hydrating, you're sleeping, you're taking care of all the things. Yes, there's so many things to do. There's so many things to do. But the more that you do that, one, you're elevating your wellness. Two, you're elevating your credibility. So now you become this trusted, guided resource because they're like, dang, man, I see Danelle. She's like on the path. She is on this journey. I need to lock arms with her and see what she's up to, right? I need to ask her for some help. People are not going to ask salespeople for help. They're going to ask wellness advocates and trusted guided resources for help. So I wanted to keep this short. And again, like I just throw everything at you and hope that little things stick, which they will. You'll sit down and you'll probably have a brain freeze when you go to post. You're like, oh my God. You really can't show up wrong. But there's these tiny little tweaks. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So the best way to rock at this is to do it every day. Facts tell, stories sell. Every day can be a very unique story. It doesn't have to be a lengthy one, right? Does anybody have any questions? I was wanting to keep it under 30 minutes. I think I did.
I actually have a question, a live question, because I just got a DM. Someone has been asking me about the products I'm sharing, and she was like, "Oh, like, are you sharing Arbonne?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's this company called Shaklee." And she was like, "Oh, is that an MLM thing too? How would you like?" I don't have an issue buying from MLMs. I don't necessarily know if she does, but like, how would you go about responding to something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Do you know her well? Like, is she just like somebody like a follower?
No, I've met her a couple of times from a mom walk. So I've like met her, but we've been connecting more on Instagram. So like she's definitely someone who's like, on my like radar of people who I think is really cool and would be good at this. But I just don't want to freak her out and be like, I don't want to come off like defensive, and I don't want to come off.
I would come off, yeah, of course, like kind and warm, but also bold in that what you should always do when people ask you questions on social media is you want to rephrase and make sure that you're understanding the question that they're asking. So I would say, oh my gosh, hi, so great to hear from you. Are you asking me if Shaklee is a network marketing company? Like just like if somebody were to come to me and say, oh my gosh, Serena, tell me about the 7-day cleanse. I need to lose weight. And I would repeat back to them. So great to hear from you. Are you asking me about the liver cleanse that I posted about last week because you're interested in losing stored fat? Like you want to like get them to rehear what you just asked, and
Okay.
probably will rehear that as like, oh crap, I didn't mean to come off like that, you know? And she's gonna say, well, yeah, you know, I was just curious. And then you get to just do a very short, sweet reason for why you chose to leave Arbonne and switch to Shackley, and then end it with a question for her. Like, where are you at now?
Yeah. Yeah, because she in the message she had said she was like, "Oh no!" Like she's like, "Is this an MLM?" Question mark. Thank you. And I haven't tried Arbonne, but I've seen their gut synergy thing. So I think that she
Oh, interested.
I think she understands like what it is. I just
Yeah.
like want. Oh no. Do you know
So
what I
yeah,
mean?
so that's two part questions, right?
Mhm.
So are you asking if it's a network marketing company? Like, because she used MLM, right? So just say, are you asking if Shackley's a network marketing company?
Huh.
And are you curious about and then you can rephrase whatever you want to call Good Gut and Go. You can even call it Good Gut and Go. Are you and you were curious about the digestive drink or the poop, you know, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
I would just, you want to ask people more questions than they ask you. Just
Okay.
rephrase, just make sure you're understanding the question. And then again, ask the other question.
I don't know why it makes me so nervous.
I love it. I love that makes you so nervous. I love it.
I like
Just
don't. I don't know. I feel like Arbonne, like, right? And I don't mean to like take this, but yeah,
yes.
like it's so different than how I would have done it, and I don't want to.
Yes, and I love that. And I don't want anybody to ever feel, I mean, I'm literally here because I sold cars, you guys. I sold yellow pages. I had to sell things that I didn't actually have or use. So I know what it's like to see an influencer on social media who has never even tried a product, or you darn well know they're not using it, but they are touting it and they are selling it and they are bam, 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 bam. And I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. I want you to only share your journey with what you are seeing success in. And that's what makes us different. But in order to make sales and help people, you absolutely have to be authentic, organic, and bold. So the more you do it, Jax, the more you're going to get better at it. The more
Okay.
you get over yourself, the more you get over that hump and realize, holy crap, like there was nothing holding me back except me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the more you do it, the more you do it. Trust me. Next time we do this a training, I'm gonna do an even deeper dive on like the sales cycle of like how to start it, how to go through discovery, how to establish what their why is, overcome objections. I really want to dive into that too. But I also know that attraction marketing is not dead. So when you post on social media, it is still, if it's done correctly, right picture, right hook, right call to action, there will be more eyes on it. And that's a great way to boost your business. Attraction marketing is essentially putting a post out there that told your story and sort of waiting for people to come to you. That's a kind of, I would say 10% of our business, definitely not all of it. You can't just sit and wait. And then I also want to tackle how to put a post out. And when you don't necessarily get a bunch of, yay, pick me, I need your help, how to still take the people who saw and or liked, or maybe just threw you a bone and commented, how to take those people organically and put them into your discovery and work with them. I want to go over that. There's so much. I'm so excited for this journey. I just want you guys to continue to do what you're doing. And then remember that if you were in the brand spanking newness of our team, You're going to have to get over the hurdle of helping the people that you know and love the most, the people around you. That's going to help you build confidence and momentum. My mom is like my biggest client, but she's also my hardest client. So that was great to have it as my second client, because she's like a tough cookie, you know. And my dad wanted to like get on the phone with like the quality control people. Like, he's a really tough person. So if you can handle the people that know and love you the most without feeling as if you're selling them something, man, you can handle the world, the big scary world of social media. Because if you're afraid to go to the people that love you because you're like, oh my God, this is an MLM. Well, then you're crazy, right? You just bought into what everybody else is telling you. We're doing people a disservice by not sharing what we have with our favorite people, our best friends, our sisters, our brothers, our moms, our husbands, all of the things. Go enjoy your day, go enjoy your afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I'll share the upload or the recording of this in our page. And then if you were on live, will you be the first ones to comment, to share if there's anything that you learned? And if you didn't learn anything and you thought it sucked, tell me that too. I'm coachable too. You guys are great. We'll see you guys in a couple days. We're just going to keep using this page. All right. So go be you and make it happen. Bye.